Greetings, fellow pilots. Rodamon here. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector Nexerelin, Episode 7, Space Scrapper. To recap towards the end of last stream, just to fill you all in, we had finally assembled somewhat of a combat crew towards the end and started to do some bounty hunting. I'm kind of in the stage right now where I need to save up a bunch of money so I can start colonizing. Initially, when you colonize planets, they don't make you money. They suck money because you have to develop them, and it's very expensive. So we are looking for planets that are potentially colonizable, and also trying to save up money for those colonies. So that's kind of the stage that we're in now. And I am going to continue bounty hunting for a little bit, but then I'm going to kick it out to you guys for what you think I should do after I'm done bounty hunting for a bit. And I am hoping to sink my teeth into something more fun soon. So what was I even doing? I don't even know. There is a bounty complete. I just completed the Sunday Frontenac, or whatever her name is. And taking a look at the map here, this bounty is for a Paragon, so that's a joke. Not going to be touching that. This one's for a pirate base. Also no. Now, one thing I could start to do is to go to the Tritech worlds and start to talk to fixers and contacts to build up a relationship with those people so that they can offer me quests. So I think that's what I'm going to head to now, is make some initial contacts with Tritech officials. If I eventually, as part of one of the goals of the series, if I eventually want to build up a reputation with Tritech and have an alliance, it helps to work on that now. So there's sort of three big things, splashing up to the goal screen here. The goals being that win by conquest victory and build an alliance with Tritech. So it makes total sense to start working on the whole Tritech thing. Because they'll pay me, and that helps the other missions. I didn't mean to hit E-Burn. Oh well. Now that I actually leveled up the containment procedures, E-Burn doesn't hurt me, so I guess it's fine that I E-Burn every now and then. Prior, it would damage the ships, and it's not good to use unless you absolutely need to use it. So if we want to get back to the core worlds, Sunda is maybe the closest gate that we know of, because this is 14 light years and also 14 light... Okay, never mind. Abraxas... Well, actually, if we take a look at the map in terms of the nebula, it's way clearer of a path to get to Sunda than Abraxas. So even though it's the same distance, it's going to be a way smoother sailing, I think, going to Sunda. I am hoping to... So I also wanted to address one other thing, because there was a lot of YouTube questions about it. No, I'm just getting hit by all the storms. And the question was, why am I not using the Conquest? So really large ships like the Conquest require a lot of fuel and a lot of crew, which means that they're very expensive to upkeep. Sort of like owning a high-end sports car, right? It's fancy. It drives real fast, but the maintenance is pretty rough. So keeping it mothballed is definitely going to be the smart play, only because if I unmothballed it, it would suck up all of my money, meaning that all of the money that I get from like running missions for bounty hunting and like that would just immediately go to fuel, unless I was able to take out bounties that were worth a whole lot more. But that conquest is not going to be able to take out like a Paragon bounty. Paragons are going to school a conquest in a heartbeat. So the net result is it's basically going to be mothballed until I probably have non-passive income, until I have a colony able to pay for its repair and upkeep and crew. I think that's probably a very common mistake that people have, which is that they find a really big ship and they're like, ooh, big ship, let me roll it out. And then they realize that they go bankrupt very quickly because big ships are big expense. And without big income, yeah, that's not going to really work for you. Question about the game. Have I ever played Escape Velocity? Yes, I was a big fan of EV and EV Nova way back in the day. And I agree. This does feel like a modern interpretation or successor of it. Absolutely. I even make reference to that. Oh, do I not? No, I have my transponder on. Why are they threatening me? That was weird. There's a bunch of dead Colossus. I'm guessing they killed a whole bunch of pirates here. And I'm not above picking the bones of the dead, so going through and grabbing all of the debris. Alright, let's see. I am very low on supplies. I have some stuff to sell. And I was hoping to try to make some contacts here. So there's a few different ways to do this. One is to talk to like station commanders and the like to see what they have to offer you. And another, so I'll start that. So this station commander potentially gives me the ability to be commissioned by TriTac. So being commissioned by TriTac means that any faction that TriTac is at war with, I am at war with. I'm basically a mercenary for TriTac, more or less. And I guess I could poll for that for you all to decide. Should I commission with Tritachyon? Yes or no? So the advantage of commissioning with them would be, it could be a good way to build up rep and make money. The disadvantage is any war that they're currently involved in, I become embroiled in. And that could be a problem because it's not like I get insurance. It's not like if Tritac's enemies blow me up, I am going to magically get reimbursed for my destroyed stuff. So there is a bit of a penalty there, potentially. I'm also going to sell the Space Dog, the ship I recovered. I'm going to turn that over. And I'll give you 2.5 minutes to vote on this. Privateer? I never really played Privateer. I mean, I played it, but like not like I did EV Novas. And how's the Rattling? Rattling's good, and I am storm ready. Earlier this year, I paid arborists to cut all of the mossy and fungus-infected tree limbs that were around my house, so that branches wouldn't come down, because there's some really big trees that are looming. So I feel pretty comfortable. Not perfect, but pretty comfortable. All right, the other way to pick up some missions is to just go around and try to talk to people to see what they have to offer. Like this person wants me to bring food on Gen L that they need to get rid of, so they're going to sell me food at cheaper, like 10 credits per unit. So there's also those missions as well. Not to say that they're all that lucrative at this point, but, And I'm going to see... I kind of forget, like, who else to talk to. I think it's just the, like, station commander. Because all the other people are just not going to do very much. So there's the AM representative. So this is... We handle all customer service inquiries. I put clients in touch with mercs they need, and he trails off. Oh, you mean our organization? The AIM representative strengthens, as if actually eager to give the the standard marketing pitch. The Association of Interstellar Mercenaries, he intones, is the premier industry body and brokerage of the mercenary community and Perseans in the Persean sector. Here you can find some of the best in the business at an affordable price. Our organization provides the assurance of clear, legally enforceable contracts and convenience of matching clients with contractors. So they are basically they dole out merc licensing. And then I can also inquire about the terms and conditions. Hiring a mercenary company requires a story point. Contracts run for a year. They're non-renewable. You have to pay half of the upfront fee. The employer is responsible for upkeep and maintenance and crew of all the ships. So it's sort of just like leasing ships for combat. And it looks like we're not going to commission with Tritachyon. So I will do something else. Okay. There's really no special functions for me to do. So I don't believe that there was much else here, so I'm going to move on. And let's see. I will try to hit up one more Tritac world, see if I can't make grease some palms and make some contacts. But if not, I mean, that's fine. I'll just continue to do surveying and bounty hunting, or at least the ones I can afford to do and survive. Don't interdict me. Oh, whoever you are, you're getting screwed. That was a huge fleet coming bearing down on them. Leto, thank you for the resub. And welcome. Alright. Don't hit the sun. I'm looking at the feed here. There is not a lot of Tritech stuff coming through the pipe. There is a lot of independent stuff, which is possible for me to do instead, in lieu of working for Tritech. But it's all been mostly independents, which is unfortunate. Oh, well, okay, you're a pirate. No, I'm gonna decline. Alright, let's take a quick look at the intel here. So, for bounties, there is a Tritech bounty to destroy a Doom Eagle Medusa. There's another Tritech bounty, and this one will be a little easier. It's destroy an Eradicator, 3 Colossus, and 10 smaller ships. That's definitely going to be easier than the Medusa. It doesn't pay as well. This bounty here might be possible. It'd be a pretty tough fight, if I'm going to be honest. So what I could try to do is take on at least the easier one, and the easier one is timing out sooner. So there is that. So they are in the Mojave Nebula, and at a giant primary star somewhere in the nebula. So red giant or blue giant, I'm not sure which, but I will head for Smock. And I will jump there rather than to go the slow way. Except for, of course... Oh no, there's an active gate right next to me. Perfect. The other thing is, if you want me to do something else after bounty hunting, there is your chance to vote on that. So if you want me to change it up, I'm happy to do so. Just let me know through polling. So we'll try Smock the Red Giant first, because the Pirate we're after is at some giant primary star. But there's 2 of them in that nebula. The other thing I could look at is if there's any exploration missions around here. Well, there is not. And oddly enough, as you can see on the left side, there is not a single Tritac mission being offered. It's like Tritac, it's as if the game knows that I want to build up my rep with Tritac, so they're just like, alright, we're not going to give it to you. So this looks like a Luddic Path sector. Which means it's actually kind of unlikely that, wait, where did I enter? Oh, I'm not even there. I jumped in early. Alright, let me hop back out. Because this is Zemi. Yeah, okay. Whoops. Little detour. You know too little to make an informed decision? That's fine. It doesn't need to be a smart decision. I don't really care about that. Sorry, glitch. Broke your ship. Alright, so what kind of world did it say they were at? So they are near a barren bombarded world. So if I probably could have actually checked if it was Smock. Smock does have Manticore, which is a barren bombarded world. So it is possibly here. Because I have surveyed most of these planets, which means I would have known ahead of time if there was a barren bombarded here or not. So the barren bombarded is... There's 2 of them. There's Manticore, and then there's Tupac, or whatever it's called. I don't know. That's more of a noise, less of a name. Roll a d12 if you can't tell. Yeah, that's a way to make a decision, I suppose. Hey, Banish. Thank thank you for the resub. Oh, here we are. Let me see. First, this fleet doesn't look so bad. They're beating up a remnant right now, so I have to wait. Patiently wait in the line. Okay, let's move to engage and see how rusty I am, having not played for a bit. So, this is one of the first big battles that I've had, and it has capture points. The previous battles that I've been in have not had capture points. So what these capture points are, is its ability to give yourself a little bit of a boon. So for instance, if I grabbed the nav buoy, we'd move a little faster. If I grabbed the sensor jammer, we'd shoot a little bit further range. It's a way for you to sort of influence, I guess is the right word, or maybe not, I don't know. But a way for you to manipulate the advantages in the battle. So I'm going to send this wolf out to capture the nav buoy to speed us up a little bit. Oh, the other redemptions aren't working? It's because he's not here anymore. He has disappeared. I'll unlock it as soon as he's back. Wow, that wolf is really booking it to the nav buoy. The comms relays allow you to issue more commands, and I don't issue a whole lot of commands, so I'm not too worried about the comms relay. But the nav buoy would be nice. Where can you vote? All you gotta do is type 1 through 6. Or 8, rather. Just type any number. And that's how you vote. So the wolf at the nav buoy is getting absolutely dunked on. So I'm going to have him back up, because it looks like they deployed their fleet to the nav buoy. And hey, Moxie. You'd have liked the stream last night. I was toxic. This dude's using up all of his special abilities to stay alive. Alright, that's all 3 of them. And now you're super dead. Good job. Wait, don't bump me, Eagle. Whoa, dump fired. Alright, I actually don't really know why this Eagle's backing up. So I'm going to have the Eagle go forward, and I'm going to have... Where's the other ship? The Eradicator go forward, so that I can fall back, because I'm getting slammed. Yeah, I got overloaded. I tried to bring my shields down in time, but it did not happen. And you guys want me to go for Habitable Worlds Survey. Oh, that almost hit me. And that's going to, if I'm not careful. Alright, Eagle, don't sit in the back and, like, let me tank. Ouch, that sucked. It's obnoxious. Okay, as far as Yoda goes, there you go. Yoda Cam can be redeemed. I feel like right now I'm kind of fighting the pilot AI more than anything else. I'm getting whittled down by these little fighters because... Alright, I'm just gonna full assault everyone. The individual orders is just not working for me. And these tiny little fighters are just swarming me and killing Mahal. One of the wolves just got disabled. Oh, you're gonna regret pushing up towards me. I wish I could keep pushing, but I'm out of flux. Abixable, man, everyone is getting destroyed or, I feel like my ships just took a night off on their intelligence here. I'm not, maybe it's just my horrible commands, but I'm just gonna replay this fight, because I'm about to lose the whole fleet, and I don't really know what's going on. We came in with relatively equal forces, and my guys were just like, alright, time to hold fire and be stupid. So I'm gonna see if I can do better here. I'm not even gonna give orders. Forget that. Apparently my orders suck. And cheers. What is the Eagle doing? I don't even know. I don't even know. It, like, all of my ships decided to not be ships anymore, but to be like asteroids. And all of a sudden the battle was my ships playing asteroids and the other, you know, ships playing whack-a-mole or something like that. They're all piloted by Nightbot. Yeah, that's what it felt like. One thing I can say is I really haven't designed my ships to be meta. One of the reasons for that is the amount of time it takes to go shopping for perfect parts and to design meta ships is pretty prohibitive. It's very, very, very boring. It would take me hours and hours and hours and hours to set up like the quote-unquote correct fleet, which is why I simply am just telling people I'm not playing meta, I'm not going to play meta, I'm not going to play meta until I can make my own things with my own heavy industries, because of the prohibitive amount of setup time it requires. Is it boring? Once I get there, we can decide on like a meta design, where I can manufacture my own ships and design them in a way that are useful. Okay, where the hell is everyone? Again, that eagle's just going off on his own tour of the world, and I don't really get it. You, eagle, fight over here. That eagle just decided to, like, chase the Hound or whatever ship that was. I don't even know. There we go. Come on, eagle. I'm taking a strike so that you can deal with fighters, I guess. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Alright, we did just get sensor jammer point. So the sensor jammer point is gonna give me a little bit more range, which is nice. I do have a, I do more damage when I'm up close, though. So going to maximum range is maybe not the wisest. And I am getting overwhelmed, and my eagle's going for a tourist tour of the backfields. Yo, you, get in. Put some skin in the game, buddy. It ain't a spectator sport, it's war, friendo. Night Knave the mule's down. I'm overloaded, and my eagle again. Okay, I'm gonna fire that pilot. I'm gonna jettison them into the vacuum of space. He sits back because he's being like fighter swarmed and doesn't fight. So I guess I can't take out these fleets. Not with my current power. Not with my current pilots, I should say. I should correct myself. So we'll do something else. We'll go bounty on it. We'll go explore, because that's what you guys voted on anyway. Dear Lord. Yeah, sometimes the AI is really, really painfully dumb. So if I take a quick look to just explain why he might have been dumb, or her, rather, because I guess it was an X-Dragon. Let's see. What are the ranges here? 500. So I think part of the problem is the Mauler. So these Maulers have 1,000 range, which means... Actually, these salamanders might also be an issue, but the Maulers have 1,000 range, which means that this ship tries to engage at 1,000 range. Yeah, nah, honestly, that ship is just built poorly. That's also my fault. Bye, pirate. You're in luck. You aren't worth the bounty to me. So if I want to start exploring to possibly find places that I can colonize, I'm going to go out to, like, yellow stars and poke around the yellow stars. But I think even before that, I should head back to drop off the ships that I don't want back in Blue Crow. Because I don't really need a full fleet for that. It costs more supplies and fuel if I go with a full fleet. And if any missions come back through the pipe that are good missions for the Tritax, I'll probably take them. Like, possibly this one. I'll accept it. One of the reasons to accept it is if I'm out there scouting anyway, I might as well accept missions that pay me while I'm out there. Or at least that's the thought. What was that station? It's this one. Do I have any larger battle ships like battleships? Yes, but they're too expensive to field right now. The crew and the fuel would bankrupt me, so I'm not using them. Yeah, unlike a lot of other games, in this game, just because you have a big ship doesn't mean you can afford to use a big ship, which I actually rather like. It's, a lot of games don't really have that concept. Okay, I will keep my wolves because they're not too expensive, and I'll keep... So this is my current fleet then. Depositing crew. And let's refuel and resupply. So I'm gonna buy this on the open market. And then head back to the gates and go do some missions. There we go. You've already just seen the ships that I have. That all but one was in the fleet, and the only other one I have is a conquest. I don't have any sneaky ships hidden somewhere. I wish. My supplies per day dropped so much with this smaller fleet. It's kind of nice. Is it possible to have drone ships? It is, but only with special skills. Oh, here we are. Another... That's in the other direction. But another survey. So I'm starting to get the Tritech missions coming through the pipe. Most ships are crewed. There are a few exceptions, but it would require this here, this skill. The automated ships. Enables the recovery of some automated ships, such as derelict drones. Automatic ships can only be captained by AI cores, and the automatic ships don't have crews. They're robot. You can't reliably source those ships, though. So, although you can get that skill, it takes a lot of time and energy and effort to actually get a robo crew. Okay. Another thing that I could do is any sort of missions that are near where my accepted mission is, I could also pick up because I might as well get paid more. But unfortunately for me, there's a toxic world for me to survey over here for very little, and then I'll hop up to Enki. So I'll accept the toxic world survey too, because it's sort of on the way. Yeah, everything seems to be the other direction, unfortunately. So there is... Oh, I've already been to that desert world. Never mind. Ultra rich, rare ore. No one's gonna live there. Way too nasty. But there we go. Relationship with the Independent's gone up a little bit. Another little mission done. I don't see any other missions out to the northeast, or bounties for that matter. So we'll head out to Enki. And I'll probably stop by every possibly habitable world on the way there. So I've gone to Moloch, I've gone to Katie's. So I'm not going to stop there. I will stop at Kigatilik. That's a name. Because it's a orange star, might have some habitable worlds. Or gates. It would also be really helpful if I built up a known gate network out in the deeper galaxy, so that I didn't have to do long distance time-consuming travel that takes fuel and supplies and has me steering around storms, or into them, in this case. Do I have any plans to start a colony this stream? If resources allow for it, and surveying allow for it, sure. There are pretty high requirements to start a colony, so I have no idea. Can't see into the future. We have got an arid world. That could be nice. I am gonna fight this out. I have a hunch that this won't be so bad of a fight like the last one. These little automated defenders are not redacted ships. They're very easy to push over. As I say, as I'm, like, getting flux killed. Let's just chalk that up to I'm rusty. Hey, you, mule, why are you backing up? This is not a race to the back. Oh, they broke my main gun. Haha! That's embarrassing. Alright, it came back online. Or my IR pulsers did. Come on. Main guns, online please. There we are. Trying to help the mule. I'll recover him if he dies. Ow, Jesus. Their guns are ridiculous. I'm just bad today. I don't know what to say. It's just, it's like I have Stellaris stuck in my head or something like that, and everything I'm doing is horrible. Alright, I'll try to focus a bit more in the game. So, I don't have those missions anymore, which is too bad. I thought I had saved more recently. There is still the, nope, it was just withdrawn. Yeah, all the surveys around here suck. So if I'm just out here, let me go back and drop those ships off again, and just try to focus on the survey. I'm not really sure if I'm going to be able to colonize unless I had a lot more money, but it's also possible that I find ruined planets that allow me to make a quick dollar just by doing the old survey and salvage. And here we go. Now I'm finally getting the the intel. Which is very useful. Yeah, four-corner gate exploration would be really nice to have. No kidding. The gates are obviously a lot more common in the core worlds, so the likelihood of me getting like four-corner gates is unlikely, but it's possible. The core worlds are the core worlds because they were the ones that were always more populous, so they have, you know, all the colonized worlds and all the gates for the most part. All right, Fleety. Yeah, so this is the conquest that is just mothballed. The old mothball conquest. One day, dude. Or maybe we sell you. I'm not even really sure. Conquests are pretty limitedly useful even when they're fully crewed and manned and repaired and all that. So let's try Morgoth. And I think instead of trying to chase down survey missions, I will just pick up the quests that are in and around me while I look for colonizable planets. And I did just a quick save. Actually, I don't even feel like my quick loads are always going through. I feel like I save a lot more than my load points. Okay. To the nebula. Yeah, conquests are easily, except for atlases, they're easily the weakest. Atlases being the pirate, barely barely an appropriate battleship. There is a Tundra world here. I think this is a lightly redacted system. Oh, mining station. Yeah, it's a lightly redacted system. There are some redacteds here. Augmented field draft. Hey, finally! I don't think I really need that anymore, but, like, it's nice to have. Okay. Nothing like a bio-factory embryo. So this raises the light industry production by 2 units. Very nice to have as well. A little creepy to have, but, well, I'm not going to complain. The sort of... So the stuff I'm jettisoning out is really not that important. I'm not going to bother putting in a stable orbit. So, pirate blueprints. Also, 4K food. I don't have room for any of it, but noted. I suppose I can put this one into stable orbit because it is a lot of food. But if I'm ever going to sell that within a reasonable amount of time, it's going to require me to have another or multiple other cargo ships. Right, I don't think this has ruins. Go here. I'm also overfueled. Just noticed. Redacted is some sort of galactic secret. More like a dark spot. The story of the Redacted is that it was an accidental, like, AI insurrection, I think is probably the easiest way to put it. Which is why all the AI cores are now illegal. One of those it's best not to talk about, because that's what made life desperate. Space Skynet, yeah, more or less. Okay, there are ruins here, good. This planet has a lot of stuff, but it's all crummy amounts of stuff. It's okay farmland, but it's not great. Tons of junk again, and a bit of core. So this is accelerated shields to raise and lower shields quicker. This was a Survey 5 data. What was the hazard rating? 150? So it's on the upper cusp of what you'd consider as a colonizable planet. It's a little high. It also doesn't have a gate, and it's pretty far away from the core worlds, so that it has that working against it too. If it's not close to the core worlds, the only planets... Man, there's even more stuff. The only planets I would really consider are ones that have easy gate access, just to make it more convenient for the player. Because if you're really far away from the core systems, the amount of trade that you can obtain through production goes down, because of the accessibility of your ports kind of suck. Really? You? You're gonna fight me? Okay, fine. This is a weird fight. But sure, I accept. Banor, thank you for the resub. It's like 2 tiny little redacted ships. Given my combat recently, best not underestimate anything. Oh, come on, get back here. Oh, overloaded him. You got this. You got this, Wolf. And he's dead. Peter, thank you for the puppy treat. Let me get that out to him. Here you go, buddy. Instead of chasing this down forever, I'm just gonna have these ships come to me that will draw the enemies to me. One of the things about the redacted ships is they don't really have like a personality. They don't have pilots. They're just driven by AI, and as a result, they're rather violent. Or rather, like, they'll never flee or anything like that. They will always just sort of charge at you. Meaning that they're predictable. So, if I pulled my ships back, they'd come to me. Good fight. And I will survey this, but only because I'm here. Not because I think it would have anything for me. Okay, that system was searched. Question. Should I buy cargo ships to grab the stable orbit stuff? Should I keep surveying, or should I try to sell off all that like food and ore and everything I just dumped? What do you guys think? Have you voted on that? And I'm going in the wrong direction, but I'm hoping to... Oh, not here. I was hoping to find some gates. There was a fuel ship that I just recovered. Figured I'll just sell it later. One thing I didn't do is the active pulsing in the last system, but if I'm heading back, it's kind of moot. All loot is good loot? To a degree. There's definitely a case where the time it takes to go loot it is not worth the invested time. Like, it's just not efficient. But this ship just revealed a research station to my east, or let's call it east. That could be good. Research stations often have a lot of blueprints and the like. So the loot is at Morgoth. I'll remember that. So it looks like you guys are going to have me go back for it. Baron bombarded and Baron. Yeah, there's not going to be anything here. Okay. I am going to make my way back to Terminus so that I can try to buy either mules or Colossus, I think. Mules because they're somewhat combat-y, and Colossus because they're fast-moving cargo ships. I don't want slow-moving cargo ships. I don't want to be a slug in space. That doesn't sound good. I'm actually moving really slow right now already, because the Phaeton I recovered sucks and is slow. Got it. So you guys want me to go back for the cargo stuff, and I will do just that. Ooh, Tritac just dropped a whole lot of stuff. Let's see if it's clustered together. Northeast, southwest, southwest. So there's two in the southwest. I'm going to accept both. Because I can always go back for the stuff that I found later, because it's going to be in a stable orbit for like a year. So it's not super urgent. Is there a mod that I can do to increase burn speed? What I could do is I could buy a tug, which is like a tugboat. Burns a whole lot of extra fuel, but allows you to burn a little bit faster. What I'm going to be doing is just ditching that Phaeton so that I can go faster. I only picked it up so that I could store more fuel temporarily. I don't intend to keep the ship. So you ship are sold. I'm not going to stop by the home and drop off stuff. I'm just going to keep moving. All right, there's not a single ship here that is a good cargo ship. If I am headed down to my accepted missions down here, I might not need a cargo ship. So let me do these 2 probe surveys before they time out. And then I can go back for the cargo at Morgoth. So Beta Sheedam. And on the way there, I'm going to stop by Beta Ran, because it is a yellow star. Could you not interdict me? Oh, wow, I have way too much fuel. How did that happen? Oh, I sold the Phaeton. I'm just going to dump it. It's not worth me bringing it to port. So now you'll see that I don't have that Phaeton. My burn level's better. It's up to 18 rather than 16. Tugs are a nightmare for logistics. They really are. I avoid using tugs if I can help it. Because they're very wasteful. Tugs are great for when you have massive battle fleet and lots of expendable money and probably a source of your own fuel production. And that's when I would start considering it. Until then, just leave them alone. Because it's going to burn a lot of fuel. Interdiction kind of stops you from doing everything besides going at standard speed. It's kind of like a halt. Like a school bus's crossing sign or something like that. Irradiated Waterworld. Hey, Waterworld is really good. That's potentially colonizable. I don't see gate here, though. And a barren desert and irradiated. Hey, this has ruins. Vast ruins. Whoa, that's a lot of stuff. So it's blueprints to the Prometheus. That's actually exactly the joke of a ship that I was talking about. It has a lot of value because it is a battleship blueprint. This is blueprints to Dominator, Mora, so it's the low-tech hegemony ships. There is a ton of heavy machinery here and food. Like, that's a lot of money. Oh, and everything. Holy cow, this is quite the jackpot. But I don't have 19,000 storage, so quite the jackpot for later, I guess. I will take as many of the heavy machinery as I possibly can and put everything else into stable orbit. Wow, that was quite the haul. This was like a... Yeah, yeah. I'll be back. I will definitely be back here. That was a lot of money. The heavy machinery is actually worth something, whereas the, a lot of the food and the ore that I found before is cool to loot if I have space, but, like, it ain't worth much. Heavy machinery is worth, like, 7 times more than ore. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector Nexerelin, which originally streamed live on Twitch, September 29th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, roleplaying.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join the gaming community, roleplaying.com or the description of this video have a link to Discord. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that made it to the credits. I'll catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell.